Nation of Fitin10, welcome to day 15, the beginning of week 3. And I sent out all your macros this morning. So please have a look at your email. Also, your interval numbers for cardio changed. So take a look at everything I sent you. And of course, as always, make sure you plan and prepare all your food and your training, because this is going to help you towards your next scan, which is coming up in, what are we today, the 5th? It's going to be in 14 days. It's going to be in 14 days. Might be a couple days earlier than that. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to put in your scans exactly, but they are going to happen towards the end of week 4, okay? Around that day 28. Remember, in that email, you'll see, in your macro email, you'll see your mini goal, your 28-day mini goal, right? So that's for your next scan. Okay. Let's talk about weight training and fat loss, because often when people think of weight training, they're thinking about they think about bulk for some reason, or they think about gaining size. And I want to remind you that no form of exercise, there isn't any form of exercise that is going to add fat to your body, okay? This is and obviously it sounds ridiculous when I say it, but I'm really trying to get you to think that way, because no form of exercise is going to do that. Now, where the difference lies with weight training is, yes, you can build muscle tissue with weight training. And I say you can, because it's not always going to be the case. There are other factors that are going to influence whether you build muscle or not. It's not just weight training, okay? Things like rest and getting enough food. Now, if you're somebody who has zero background in weight training and you start weight training, your diet's horrendous, you're not getting enough sleep, yeah, you're going to build some muscle regardless, because it's such a forced adaptation on the body. The body has to adapt to some degree. So I'm going to go through 3 reasons, or 3 things that I want you to consider when it comes to fat loss and weight training, especially thinking long term. So I mentioned this before, putting your organs and your brain aside, lean body mass, well, that's part of your brain and I guess your brain's more fat. Let's put the brain aside. Your organs are part of your lean body mass. Your lean body mass is the #1 predictor of your metabolism. Okay? But let's be more specific here. What can we change within the lean body mass? Well, we can change things like, and this would be point number 3 that I was going to raise, we can change our muscle mass, which of course we're all aware of that, but we can also change the density or the amount of connective tissue that we have, which includes things like ligaments and tendons and bone. And this is going to require energy as well. So as we build more muscle tissue and more lean body mass in general, our daily energy requirements go up. That is, in order to maintain our body weight, we need to eat more. And if we don't eat more, then we're going to lose. What we're going to lose, that's a whole other topic, okay? But the point is, the more lean body mass you have, the more calories you can eat without gaining body fat. Also, the more muscle mass you have, the more lean body mass you have, the harder it's going to be, and I guess this kind of goes with just the last point I mentioned, the harder it's going to be for you to gain fat. So we want to think about this as an engine, right? An engine that you are investing in to keep you not only obviously we care about the way we look. I'm sure at least most of us do. I'm sure we all do to some form or to some degree. We care about the way we look, but also we want to think about health. And as we age, of course, we're losing muscle mass as we age. Our hormones are kind of going in a direction that we would rather them not go in, right? We want to have better regularity over things like estrogen and testosterone. We'll talk about that in another video. But also when it comes to things like reaction time. Save that for another video as well. Okay, so now when it comes to increased metabolism from having muscle mass in general, that's one topic, but also from training in and of itself, yes, you're burning energy. Now, maybe you're not burning as much energy per unit of time as if you were doing cardio per se, or high intensity cardio. Depends on the intensity of cardio that you're doing. This could be anywhere from, a slow paced walk to, sprinting. Obviously, the amount of energy that's demanded per unit of time is going to vary depending on where you are in that spectrum. But when it comes to weight training, there are many processes after weight training, especially during the next 24 to 72 hours, that increase your metabolism for that short period of time. And so these include things like the processes that restore the body to its resting state and allow it to adapt to the exercise that was just performed. And so more specifically, this is going to include things like hormones, so hormone balancing, replenishment of different fuel stores, cellular repair, muscle damage, and overall anabolism, right? The building of specifically here protein, or I should be even more specific, of muscle tissue. Well, I guess no. I guess I could be less specific, because protein would also be part of building bone mass and tendons and ligaments, etc. Those are all protein based. Yes, bone is more protein based than anything else. And we've also got this excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption. You may have heard of Epoc. It stands for excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption. And this is going to play a part, especially in the replenishment of your phosphagen system. And that system is responsible for high energy output per unit of time. So what is high energy output per unit of time? Really, we're talking about when we have to exert a lot of force. When do we do that? How about when we're lifting weights and we're basically failing in that whatever rep range that we're working in, 5 to 20 rep range or something like that. That is all phosphagen driven. So we get a lot of different things contributing to energy output or increased metabolism from weight training, not just long-term by building that muscle mass, but also short-term, especially if we're doing it regularly, from the recovery process that takes place. Okay, 7.5 minutes. That's far too long, and I feel like I rambled a little bit, but I think you guys get the point. There are more points, by the way. I just don't want to ramble on too much and go down too many rabbit holes. So let's get to the message of the day. And today's message is one that is, well, you're probably gonna get sick of hearing this from me, but it's all about consistency. Yeah, consistency. Where are the secrets? What's really going to help me to lose body fat? That is the secret. It's about being consistent with these things daily. Remember, you are just a reflection of what you do. So you can follow the best system, whether that's my system for you or some other system, and you can lose. Okay, my system's not the only way, of course. This is just one way. But it has to be something that is sustainable. Okay, and sustainable, with part of sustainability means doing things that I think give you the most variety, give you the most energy, make things as easy as possible for you, and maybe don't require so much time. Okay, but you can see I'm going down a rabbit hole here. The point is, consistency is numero uno, and that's what I said to you in that reminder sheet, that sheet that you got on day one, or maybe it was before day one, the day before day one, the day before the challenge started. Consistency is numero uno. Consistency of the right things is going to get you to where you want to be, and this applies to so many facets of life, right? Okay, that's enough. That's enough for me. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.